Hey folks, this is Ben Yessel. How's it going? Um, so I'm just gonna. This is kind of a general vlog type video, I think, and just about to hit the sack here in a second. But I had a pretty good evening. Um, so yeah, I was actually watching a few different videos. One uh, one gentleman, a bigger guy, Skippable 62. He's the LA Beast, known for his eating contest videos and contests, and you know, kind of will trying lots of um, sometimes dangerous, sometimes difficult things physically. But really cool guy. So I was watching one of his live streams, and yeah, it was kind of fun. And it's I was going to mention though, it's interesting. Side note, I've seen enough live streams now between there's a handful of different YouTube channels I've been watching live streams from in the past, and yeah, I mean, like I have yet to kind of figure that out myself a little bit, but it does seem like there's quite a variety of different ways that everybody likes to do things. So you know, and it's up to, I think, again, the YouTube channel owner what flies, what doesn't fly. But I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't really looked into this stuff as much. Um, anyway, there's definitely some. It's like the more that you know what the person is like, what if they just what they're okay with, the more that yeah, it's like it's that kind of thing. So I think as a general YouTube cultural, just general YouTube culture thing that I've learned, yeah, it's like everybody's a little different, and because based on their personalities and what they think is okay in the chat, what isn't okay, there's some degree of flexibility there. I think what they're going to allow, and what they're going to delete, and what you're going to get penalized for, and everything. So, of course, I haven't really been on say an LDS channel, that was a chat on YouTube type thing yet. Really, I've been on LDS chats before of a different nature, but not on YouTube. And I imagine that the nature of that kind of chat would be very different than. Anyway, you get the idea. So, anyway, but no, Skip People, Beast, he's a really cool guy. So, I mean, like, he just, again, I think it's a mixture of comedy. It's mostly comedy, but he does some other stuff too. And I also wanted to mention some things in this vlog video about just kind of maybe how I'm doing a little bit, or just, my music studio and everything. So I just got a new student recently that's really advanced, a composition student. And I'm going to have two composition students that are both great composers. And one is going to be a senior in high school this next year. I think either junior or senior, one of the two. I think he's senior. And then the other is in his early 20s, and I just couldn't be happier. I mean, these are solid musicians, and one of them I've taught horn lessons to for over a year before. And I also have, I'm going to have a lady, I think, that's going to start starting up piano lessons. It's going to be beginner, but I've already taught her son before for years, French horn. So I'll be teaching the mom now, and that'd be really cool. Plus, I'll have an intermediate student coming back to my studio, hopefully soon, and I'm very much looking forward to having her again in my studio. And also, some other intermediates and plenty of beginners, of course, and a few hornists. I'd like to be able to get a few more French horn students, sure, but I still got 3 horn students right now, which is, you know, could be worse, but they're all really dedicated hornists, which is good. Some I have some piano students that are not quite as dedicated. Um, but I have 3 students right now with Henderson Academy, based in kind of the North Seattle-ish area, shoreline kind of. Uh, anyway, Henderson Academy, and they're good. They're great company. If you're a music teacher, you're in the Seattle area, check them out, Henderson Academy, and they kind of provide you with students and that sort of thing. And of course, a lot of my students are just my own studio. Of course, I'm still working with take lessons. I've been working with take lessons for a long, long time, and have several students with them still. And they've been really great, really, really great. I think overall, and I think there's a lot of pros and there's some cons, but they are actually pretty solid company. And yeah, so I've also looked. There's another, aside from music and arts in Bothell, which I've talked a little bit about teaching. There's a place called I think it's a Bothell, another Bothell. There's a lot of music stores and music teaching places, but there's a place in Bothell. It's a kind of like a music studio place, I think, that I'll check out sometime and see if they are going to be providing students for me or if I need to bring students in. Kind of depends, but I'll talk to them about some stuff, But in the summer, basically, it's people go on vacation. I've always been uncomfortable with, again, forcing people to sign contracts that, I'm just gonna. It's more of trouble than it's worth, I think. I don't like forcing people to, I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's a little different how they handle this stuff, but I think it's like a 9-month thing. But I can see 6 month or 9 month, but there are teachers that will charge for a whole year and vacation time. It's just ridiculous, or you have to pay them for lessons still, even if you're on vacation. That's ridiculous, man. So I don't do that. I don't want to. I don't want to burn bridges. I don't want to make parents angry. I want to just charge for what the kids are doing. But I'm always interested in teaching more serious students because they're going to stick with the instrument longer, and they're not going to not going to leave you high and dry as quickly. It's an ongoing train of thought. I might, music instruction. If you teach outside of an institution, if you have more control over how your policies are and everything, that's great. But then at the same time, you have to. If you're too lax, then you hurt yourself. But then you're hoping that maybe even if you lose out on some income, that the parents are going to love you more and they're going to support you more in the future for whatever you do. And you just hope that there's a trade-off there. But again, as it's summer, I'm not quite as active with teaching. And it's also hotter, so I don't want to do as much. It's just, I don't know. I really don't like being in a not air-conditioned place. It is nice. My rent is nice. It's not too crazy, but it's not comfortable when it gets really toasty in the summer. So my room I'm in is probably one of the coolest areas of the house. It's maybe even almost as cool as the basement where my landlord lives. And but the kitchen gets toasty, so I have to go someplace that's cool and do stuff. And I maybe just go to the local Jack in the Box and just get refillable sodas. Just spend a few hours just drinking soda, which is not as healthy, but it's cold. In an air conditioned place, and then doing whatever I can do instead of being at home where it's hot and not air conditioned. In Washington State, at least in Western Washington, we just don't have. A lot of people just don't have we don't have air conditioning because Yeah, it's usually pretty wet and rainy and cool, except for the summer when it's not. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I am worried about the greenhouse effect a little bit. And, I am dealing conservatively. I've always have, but this is one thing where I just cannot deny that there's a little bit of toastier weather in the last few years. It's been a slow process, but I could see a day when we have the whole month of July is pushing into 100. It was almost like that last year. We had record breaking temperatures, man. It's toasty. I don't want to have. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the berries and the cherries and all that stuff. The farmers market's gonna be great. Looking forward to other things about summer, but not sweltering in a hot house. And I just, you know, cold baths maybe. I don't know. Just drink a ton of liquids all the time. Water. Like today, I had I get sluggish too, and it's hard for me to, you're groggy in the morning. I hate waking up and you're all sweaty and stuff. That's just, I hate that. I'm not made for hot weather. I don't function very well when it's hot. I just don't. I'm not blaming it on being Northern European, but I am. It's like we're just Northern Europeans are not designed for hot weather. Maybe if you're Irish or British, or maybe if you're tan Southern German, I don't know. Maybe some of us can handle it more, but not not Northern Germans or a lot of other Germans, and not Scottish or English, and certainly not Scandinavian, I would think, or Eastern European. I mean, like we burn, we don't tan, and we get cranky, or we get lazy, or we get tired, or we get irritable, and you know, it just anything above 90 degrees, man, we're just like, oh, this stinks. So only like the Navy SEALs and stuff. If we, some of us can, get to the point where we can handle it better. Maybe Hawaii. When I was in Hawaii, that wasn't so bad. That was okay. Hawaii was only like 70s and 80s. It wasn't like that hot. And Latin America can get toastier, sure. But I think it's, I don't think it gets above 100, which is still plenty hot. Same thing. So a lot of tropical areas don't get above 100. It's only the deserts that get really stinking hot. But that's dry weather, so it's. Can you imagine though what it'd be like to be in an area that was like a jungle, like almost 90% humidity, but it was 130 degrees. I mean, I would have to live in that kind of weather. I would have to live in a cold bath. Like I wouldn't. If I stepped out of the bath, it'd be like the entire day, rest of the day would be sauna. So I have to go to sleep in the cold bath. You have to keep putting cold water on me. That's how freaking hot it would be. It would be intolerable, just intolerable. And anyway, but there's a lot of things that are crossing my mind, and I'll mention them more in the future, near future. But thought about going to Asia. Thought about going to Europe. It's a lot of money things I'm still kind of dealing with. But it's nice to be able to teach more advanced students, really. I mean, that's what I want to keep doing, is teach more advanced, more and more numbers of more advanced students. I could teach more beginners, sure, but that's the way I'm going, and I teach the guy degree and all that stuff. So, when it comes to competition, that's competition in Horn, especially competition, that's really like a bigger chunk of my students being in the teen and in young adult range, sure, or adult range, But I love the kiddies. Don't be wrong. They're great. They're awesome. But yeah, it's irritating to have shorter term beginner kids. They're very adorable and cute. Yes, yes, but it's I do have qualities about myself in teaching that I can do okay there. So how else are things going, I guess? Well, I might even go for a walk tonight. It's just kind of warm. my place gets very warm at night. I have to open the windows and stuff, and watch the bugs so you get the screens on and everything. It just everything gets kind of different in the summer. It's like I have to really keep on the ball with everything I have to do because it's really easy to just sit around all day. Because it's so hot. So I'm gonna try not to do that. Try to stay active. There's one family when they go on vacation, sometimes I watch their dog. I don't know if that's gonna happen this year. Again, they're one of my first families that taught their kids piano lessons, and it's just an amazing family. And it's one of my favorite people that are in this area. These folks, and very dear to me. But when you teach privately in different homes, most of the time you just maintain a professional relationship with a person. Sometimes though, you do become friends with folks, and it's interesting. Everybody feels a little differently about that subject. This is one of the reasons why some teachers won't teach in someone's home, because it's just a different kind of thing that develops. You're no longer just a teacher. You become sometimes a family friend. And it's just because of the nature of the beast. And there's always things, of course, that teachers are not supposed to do. But when and the parents love you, and you love the parents, and they're like, "We just love you so much," and can you watch a dog, and and they're very just accommodating, and like it's just one of those things that's just like, yeah. But if you don't have that, if you don't want to go, if you don't have that desire, if you always want to maintain a strict professional relationship with everybody you teach, okay, it's fine. Certainly when I'm teaching kids, I try to, be that way. But when you're teaching like little 7, 8-year-olds, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and 9-year-olds, you can be firm, kind of. But if you want to be that, I don't want to blame China. China's fine. I don't leave China out of this, okay? Or Russia. I'm not going to pick on you guys, I promise. But the thing is that when you teach little kids, you cannot be too hard on them. They're gonna. You don't want them to cry. There's been a few times that's happened before, and I felt miserable. I never want to do that. The parents were understood. I was fine. I was okay with the parents. One case they knew I was just trying to uh, instill some discipline or whatever in the kid, and she still. It's okay. We're still on great terms. She's an awesome girl. Everything's okay. Another case was a boy, and the brothers in this case need to practice more, and I don't know. Anyway, so I've had some experiences with this, and you can teach a music store. You can teach, hopefully eventually teach at a music academy or a college or maybe public school teacher, whatever it is. There's some more desirable things still with music instruction, but a lot of folks don't like to teach in the home, but it also has its perks. But it's just that you have to. There's always things that you don't do as a teacher, of course. It goes back without saying. But there are a lot of things that maybe would be good to do, because there are no policies other than just what's legal. But there are. It's really great to not have to be bound by all these different policies that would be in effect if you're a professor or you're teaching, teaching public school type thing, or some other kind of learning situation or academy that you're at or institution or whatever. Every institution has its own policies, and every instructor needs to follow them. So anyway, but that's another subject. But it's still a pretty good chunk of my life is this stuff. But I also, try to spend time with composing for my students and composing for other things, and just a lot of composition. There's a lot of things I still have to be doing. And then, there's a lot of organization and things, and there's church responsibilities, and it's not easy being LDS. But, it's still worth it, I think. There's some things I'm going to get to with composition, shortly that I'll try to do, but I might make another video tonight. Probably won't, but I might. If I don't, then I'll probably do one tomorrow. But I'll be putting out a lot of more videos for sure this summer, and hopefully they're cool. Hopefully they're fun. And I want to make some like a wider variety of videos, maybe. I'll think about how I'm gonna do it too. Anyway, it was fun tonight, just talking with. Again, all these the live chats on YouTube. They're sometimes not very fun, but with guys like the LA Beast, they actually are a little bit more fun sometimes. I mean, they really are, because you can just let your tie down a little bit. It's great to have just a place you could chat, like everyone's just being kind of goofy and nice and fun, and this is great. It's just a great. I mean, just check out LA Beast. He has dumb videos, but he's a really cool guy, and I just like the way he does his chats. I really do. I think that there's a lot of dumb reasons to boot people off the chat. I really do. There's a lot of dumb reasons, but also as a YouTube creator, everybody, a YouTube channel creator, everybody should be really transparent about what they're all about. I want everybody that subscribes to me and everybody else that's going to ever subscribe to me. If I ever do live chats, I want everybody to know me so well, or well enough, that they will know perfectly well, if they're going to be in hot water or just hot water for a few seconds or nothing big. I want everybody to know very clearly what I like and what I don't like to see on my chat. So, but I don't know. That'll happen when that happens. So, anyway, you guys have a good night. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.